Hello, San Marcos 4th and 5th graders. It's Miss Miller, the music teacher at Nob Hill Elementary. Today I'm going to talk to you about the saxophone. So our lessons this week really focus on jazz and blues and the people and the instruments surrounding that. So today I'm going to go into the saxophone. So the saxophone was invented by Adolphe Sax, and he was a Belgian instrument inventor. And basically what he did in 1842, he took a clarinet mouthpiece and he put it on a brass creation that he had made, and it turned out to be the saxophone in the end. So it was a lot louder than other woodwind instruments, and he personally liked that about it. And some people did like that, and some people didn't. And it took others a while to get used to using a saxophone or including it in music that was written. So partly because it was so loud and so different. But now it's a very important instrument when it comes to jazz especially, but also pop and even some classical music. So it's become an instrument that we use for lots of things now. I have a tenor saxophone. There are 4 basic kinds of saxophones. Soprano kind of looks like a clarinet. It's long and skinny like a clarinet, but made out of a brass metal. The second one is an alto saxophone. That's more likely the one that you're going to play when you go into middle school. The third one is a tenor saxophone. That's the one I have. And then there's one bigger than mine that most people would play, and that's a baritone saxophone. So 4 basic saxophones. There are some specialties out there, bigger and smaller, but those are the 4 main ones. So I want to show you my tenor sax today. You might notice something a little different from instruments before. I'm wearing a neck strap, okay? The saxophone is really heavy. And if you want 2 things, for your instrument to be safe and for your fingers to be able to move, you have to have something else to hold it up. So I have a nice padded neck strap so that I can carry my heavy instrument. So this here is my tenor saxophone. Really big instrument, bigger than the alto that, like I said, most of you will probably play. And the first thing I do is I always hook it up. That way I can still build my instrument without being worried about going anywhere. I can grab my music, I can talk to my friends, and I know my instrument is safe. Okay, so that's the first thing, hook that up. Next part of my instrument is the neck. Okay, the neck goes right at the top, right where you might expect something called a neck to go. The next thing I do is put on my mouthpiece, but I do want to put my mouthpiece all together first, unlike the way I put my clarinet together, if you saw that video. So here's the mouthpiece, okay, has a hole on this side, kind of hard to see because it's all black. But just like other instruments, this needs to vibrate to make noise. Now right now it has nothing to make it vibrate. If I blow into it, it doesn't do anything. It needs a reed, okay, just like the clarinet did. So here's my reed. It's a little piece of wood. Give you kind of a close-up shot of that reed. Okay, little piece of wood that goes on your mouthpiece. And when you blow into it, it vibrates really quickly, and that's what makes the sound of a saxophone. So the part that holds the reed onto the mouthpiece is its ligature. Okay, so I'm going to tighten that all good and down. Now when I blow into it, it will make a sound. So I'm going to put that on my saxophone. And when I blow in, I get a much nicer sound than just that airy sound. All right, so since we are focusing on the blues and jazz, I wanted to play a little something out of a book that you might get to use in middle school. And the song is called Bottom Bass Boogie. Okay, and I'm going to play the bottom part because that's always been my favorite, to play the low notes. So here's what a bass boogie might sound like. Pretty neat sounding instrument. So I hope you enjoy. Maybe you'll get to play saxophone when you get a little older. And I hope you enjoy our lessons this week. Thanks, guys.